Hey, what's good, everyone? Welcome back to another Sunday Night Creep Show. If you're into horror, mysteries, and things that make your skin crawl, you're in the right place. Before we dive into this chilling tale, grab your coffee, maybe a double espresso, dim the lights, pop in those earbuds, and let's get ready to lose ourselves in the darkness. Oh, and don't forget to smash that like button. Can we get this video to 20,000 likes? I know you guys are up for it. Deep breath, say it with me. Let's begin. This story takes us back to the winter of 2023 in the foggy, freezing streets of Chicago. It's one of the creepiest experiences I've ever had, and trust me, it's gonna stick with you. So, let's set the scene. It was a cold evening, and I was chilling at home, scrolling through my DMs. That's when I saw a message from a girl named Emma. It was short but intense. Miles, I need to meet you. It's urgent. Now, I get a lot of messages from you guys. Love the support, by the way, but this one felt different. It wasn't just a fan saying hi. It had this weight to it. I replied, "Hey Emma, what's going on? What do you need?" I grabbed a latte from my kitchen, sat back down, and waited. Her response came fast, and it was weirder than the first message. "My name's Emma, I'm 20, and I've been watching your channel for a while. I love your creepy stories, but that's not why I'm reaching out. I need to meet you ASAP. It's life or death, life or death." That hit me like a ton of bricks. My curiosity was spiking. I typed back, "Okay, can you explain why you need to meet me?" Her reply came instantly. "It's about my sister, Hannah. Meet me tomorrow at 7 p.m. at the Starbucks on Clark Street, please." Then she went offline. I sat there, staring at my phone, my mind racing. Who was this girl? Was she legit? Or was this some kind of prank? But something told me this was serious. The next day, I was a nervous wreck. But curiosity got the better of me. I headed to the Starbucks on Clark Street, right in the heart of Chicago. The wind was howling, and the streets were draped in this eerie winter fog. I got there at 7 p.m. sharp, grabbed a corner table, ordered an espresso, and waited. I kept checking my phone, glancing at Emma's chat, and scanning the room. By 7:30, my coffee was gone, and I was starting to think I'd been ghosted. Just as I was about to bounce, a black purse landed on the table in front of me. I looked up, and there she was, Emma. She was wearing a long black coat, her pale face framed by dark hair, with a nervous smile. "You're Miles, right?" she said. I nodded, and she sat down. I tried to break the ice. "Want a coffee or something?" But Emma shook her head, her eyes intense. "I'm not here for a drink, Miles. I am here because you're the only one who lines understand what I am about to tell you." My heart started pounding. I leaned in, ready to listen. Emma pulled out her phone and showed me a photo, a family picture. "This is my mom, dad, and my brother, Ethan," she said. It was taken a year ago, right before the accident. I studied the photo for smiling faces, oblivious to what was coming. "What accident?" I asked. Emma's eyes welled up. "They died in a car crash coming back from Milwaukee. My sister Hannah and I were the only ones left. Oh, Uncle Rick took us in, but 6 months ago, he passed away too. Now it's just me and Hannah, living alone in his old apartment." Her voice broke, and she started sobbing. I tried to comfort her, but her cries turned hysterical. When she finally calmed down, she looked at me and said, "The accident is why I'm here, Miles. It's why I need your help." I was confused. "Why do you need me?" I asked. Emma wiped her tears and leaned closer. Her voice barely a whisper. "It's Hannah. She's not okay. After Uncle Rick died, she spiraled. She's been acting strange. She locks herself in her room, disappears for hours, and comes back at night looking like a ghost. She's lost so much weight, and there are these deep cuts on her arms. I hear her talking to someone or something in her room at night. Sometimes it sounds like more than one voice. I tried to check on her once, but she screamed at me, saying if I ever knocked on her door again, she'd make me see death with my own eyes, my stomach dropped. This wasn't just grief, this sounded like something way darker. Emma continued, one day, Hannah forgot to lock her door. I went inside, and what I saw, I can't explain it. I took pictures, but they vanished from my phone. I swear I'm not crazy. Miles, I need you to come to our apartment tonight and see it for yourself. You're the only one I trust to help Hannah before she is too far gone. I didn't know what to say. Part of me wanted to bolt, but Emma's desperation was real. Against my better judgment, I agreed. She gave me the address, a rundown building in a sketchy part of Chicago, and told me to wait for her call later that night. I sat in that Starbucks for hours, my mind spinning, until my phone buzzed at 11 p.m. It was Emma. I'm ready. Come now. I took an Uber to the address, a crumbling apartment building in a quiet, foggy neighborhood. I texted Emma, and she told me to make sure no one saw me coming in. The street was empty, so I slipped inside and climbed the stairs to the 4th floor. My heart was racing. Was this a setup? Was I walking into something I couldn't handle? But before I could turn back, the apartment door creaked open, and Emma was there, whispering, "Hurry, get inside." The apartment was dark and eerily silent. Emma locked the door behind me, her face pale. "I know you don't fully trust me," she said, "but you will after you see her room." She led me to a closed door at the end of the hall. The air felt heavy, like something was watching us. Emma opened the door, and a cold, musty breeze hit me. She flicked on the light, a flickering bulb that barely lit the room. "Go in," she said. "You'll see." I stepped inside, and my blood ran cold. The room was a nightmare. The walls were scratched and covered in strange symbols, letters, and numbers in no language I recognized, mixed with drawings of faceless human figures. A wooden dresser was carved with cryptic charts and runes. The bed was a mess, its sheets torn and stained with burn marks. Above the bed, a circle was drawn on the wall, filled with more symbols and nails hammered into it, with photos of Emma's family, her mom, dad, and Ethan dangling from twine. In the corner, a large mirror was covered with a tattered black curtain. The floor was filthy, littered with dirt, food scraps, and strands of hair. And a smell. It was like something had died in there months ago. I turned to Emma, my voice shaking. "What the hell is this?" She pointed to the wall above the bed. "Look closer." I stepped forward and froze. The symbols weren't just random, they looked like Latin phrases, but twisted, written backward. It felt wrong, evil. I pulled out my phone and started snapping pictures, my hands trembling. When I got to the mirror, I hesitated. Something about it felt alive, like it was watching me. I pulled off the curtain and stared at my reflection, my heart pounding. I snapped a photo, then backed away, telling Emma I'd seen enough. We stepped into the hallway, and she locked the door. "Do you believe me now?" she asked. I nodded, still processing. "Hannah's in deep, Emma. I got pictures, but I don't know if they'll stay on my phone. I'll look into this and let you know if I find anything." She checked my phone, and the photos were there for now. I left the apartment, my mind racing, and went home. Back in my room, I sat on my bed, trying to make sense of it all. I opened my phone to check the photos, but they were gone, all of them, except one, the mirror. I stared at it, my stomach churning. Something wasn't right. I closed my phone and tried to sleep, but that night, I had a nightmare. I was back in Hannah's room, lying on the floor, not my bed. Everything was pitch black except for a faint light coming from the mirror. I know I'd seen it before. I pulled off the curtain, and then I heard a door creaking open behind me. I turned, my heart racing, and walked toward it. The air grew colder, pushing me back, but I forced my way through. The door led me back to Hannah's room, but it was normal. No symbols, no photos, just an ordinary bedroom. Then I heard footsteps approaching from another door. Panicked, I realized the door I'd come through was gone. I dove under the bed, hiding in the dark, my breath shallow. The footsteps stopped, and I felt something breathing next to me. I turned, screamed, and I woke up in my bed, sweating. It was morning. I stumbled to the bathroom, splashed water on my face, and tried to calm down. But when I went back to my room, I froze. On the floor was the black curtain from Hannah's mirror. How did it get here? I grabbed my phone, desperate to find the mirror photo, but it was gone too. I knew I had to go back to that apartment. I called Emma and told her I needed to see the room again. She agreed, and that night, I went back. It was midnight, the streets shrouded in fog. Emma was waiting at the apartment door, looking terrified. "I'm sorry you had to come back," I said. She shook her head. "Just figure this out, Miles." Inside, she led me to Hannah's room. The cold air hit me again, and I flicked on the light. The mirror was uncovered this time, its surface gleaming unnaturally. I noticed something new, a carved chart on the back of the mirror, filled with strange symbols and numbers. I snapped a photo, knowing it might vanish, and copied everything into my notebook. The symbols, the drawings, the backward Latin. I wasn't leaving without answers. As I finished, the apartment door slammed open. Emma's face went white. "It's Hannah," she whispered, shutting me inside the room and running. I heard Hannah's voice outside, cold and sharp. "What are you doing at my door?" Emma stammered something, and I heard another door slam. Hannah's footsteps approached. I turned off the light, plunging the room into darkness, and slid under the bed, my heart pounding. The footsteps stopped at the door. It creaked open. I held my breath, staring into the blackness from under the bed. The room was silent except for the faint creak of the floorboards as Hannah stepped inside. I could see her boots worn, scuffed, and streaked with something dark. My heart was hammering so loud I thought she'd hear it. Then she stopped, right by the bed. I froze, waiting for her to move, but she didn't. Instead, I heard her whisper, "I know you're here." My blood turned to ice. Was she talking to me or something else? Suddenly, the room filled with a low hum, like static from an old TV. The air grew heavier, and that smell of rotting, deathly smell got stronger. I clutched my notebook, my only lifeline to whatever was happening. Then, I saw it. A shadow moved across the room, not attached to Hannah's boots. It was tall, formless, and it glided toward the mirror. I couldn't breathe. Hannah spoke again, her voice low and unnatural. "You shouldn't have come back." The shadow paused, and I swear it turned toward the bed. I don't know how I didn't scream. The hum grew louder, and the mirror started to glow faintly, casting an eerie blue light across the room. Hannah walked to it, her movements jerky, like she wasn't in control. She touched the mirror, and the symbols on the wall lit up, pulsing like they were alive. I realized then that the mirror wasn't just a mirror, it was a doorway. To what? I didn't know. But every instinct screamed at me to get out. I waited until Hannah was distracted, muttering to herself in a language I couldn't understand. Slowly, I slid out from under the bed, clutching my notebook, and crept toward the door. But as I reached for it, the mirror's glow intensified, and I felt a pull, like something was trying to drag me back. I bolted, slamming the door behind me, and ran into the hallway. Emma was there, trembling. "What happened?" she whispered. I grabbed her arm. "We need to leave now." We got out of the apartment and didn't stop until we were blocks away, holed up in a 24-hour diner. My hands were shaking as I flipped through my notebook, showing Emma the symbols I'd copied. "This is bigger than us," I told her. "Hannah's not just depressed, she's caught up in something supernatural." Emma nodded, tears in her eyes. I knew it. She's been different since Uncle Rick died. Like something's controlling her. I spent the next few days researching the symbols. I reached out to a friend, Sarah, who's into occult history. She took one look at my sketches and went pale. "Miles, these aren't just random symbols. They're part of an old ritual, something tied to summoning or bonding entities. The backward Latin, the numbers, it's like a code to open a portal. She pointed to the chart from the mirror. This is the key. It's a summoning grid, but it's incomplete. Hannah's trying to finish it. I felt sick. Finish it for what? Sarah shook her head. I don't know, but whatever she's calling, it's not friendly. And that mirror, it's not just reflecting, it's a focal point. You need to destroy it. I knew I had to go back one last time. Emma begged me not to, but I couldn't leave Hannah to whatever was consuming her. We went to the apartment at dawn, hoping Hannah would be out. The building felt different, colder, heavier, like it was waiting for us. Emma unlocked the door, and we crept to Hannah's room. The mirror was still there, uncovered, its surface swirling like liquid. The symbols on the walls were glowing faintly, even in daylight. I pulled out a hammer I'd brought, ready to smash the mirror, but Emma grabbed my arm. Wait, what if it hurts her? Before I could answer, the door slammed shut, and Hannah was there. Her eyes were hollow, her skin gray, and those cuts on her arms were fresh, dripping blood. You shouldn't have come back, she hissed, her voice layered, like multiple people were speaking through her. The room shook, and the mirror's glow intensified. The air was thick, oppressive, and I felt that pull again, stronger this time. Emma screamed, but I pushed forward, raising the hammer. Hannah lunged at me, her nails digging into my arm, but I swung with everything I had. The mirror shattered, and a deafening scream filled the room, not Hannah's, but something else. The symbols on the walls flickered and died, and Hannah collapsed, unconscious. We called 911, and Hannah was taken to a hospital. The doctors said she was in a catatonic state, but she was alive. Emma moved out of the apartment, and I never went back. My notebook, with all the symbols, is locked away in a drawer. I still don't know what Hannah was summoning, or what was on the other side of that mirror. But sometimes, late at night, I feel that cold breeze again, and I wonder if it's really over. So that's the story, guys. What do you think was in that mirror? Have you ever experienced something this creepy? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more terrifying tales. Until next time, sleep with the lights on.